Hey guys, welcome back to the Snapring Chronicles. Today we're back at you with another, you can call it a ratchet video. Something a little bit offbeat. It's more of a ratchet screwdriver. I'm sure you guys have seen these before. They show up a lot. I think mostly you see these under the name of Versatool. Shelton Versatool. This one, for some reason, says Essex Manufacturing Company Incorporated from St. Louis, Missouri. But before we jump into this, if you find these videos at all helpful or entertaining, could you give me a like? And also, could you subscribe to this channel? I have a little goal of trying to make 500 subscribers by New Year's. I know it's a long shot. It's a big goal, but it's my goal. So if you guys can help me out, that would be very cool. Okay, so this is a ratchet screwdriver, very coarse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 positions. These were probably out in the 50s and 60s. It probably ran into the 70s also. Kind of a novelty. I'm not sure if you would consider this a serious tool. Not because of the mechanism, but because of other things I'm gonna jump into. It's you see a lot of these as giveaways from companies, like as a company giveaway. It was kind of one of those things where a lot of companies gave these to their employees for like whatever safety awards or what have you, as a little like knick-knack. And most of them have this kind of this in and out shaft, and inside the shaft there's 3 screwdriver heads, and it has 2 flat heads, a small one and a bigger one, and it has a Phillips head in the middle. And this is what they look like, and you would pick whatever head you were going to use, and you would fold the other ones underneath, and then you would stick the shaft back in and continue to screw whatever you're going to screw. The quality on these, look at this Phillips head. Does this look, even if it wasn't damaged, it looks like it's been roughed up on the tip there a little bit. Even if this wasn't damaged, could you like really get a good hold on a screwdriver on a screw head with something this, I don't know, what can I call it? Something this badly done. I mean, this is like a pretty bad Phillips tip. And I guess the best use for this would be probably the flatheads. But then you'd be a little bit offset because you're not centered. The flatheads are kind of up higher on the shaft there, so it's you're gonna be like a little bit off kilter, but they're not so hot either. This is what they look like. And there was another model of this that was probably better because it had a hex shaft in it, which This would probably be a lot better if it had just the shaft, just a hex hole and a hex shaft where you can put the shaft in and then attach sockets, or have a hex shaft for a Phillips or a hex shaft for a flathead. It would probably work a lot better and be more useful. But as with these little blades as screwdrivers, I wouldn't go, you know, it wouldn't be my first pick. But in a pinch, I guess anything is better than nothing. And another thing they tried to sell on these was that you can use them like this at a 90-degree angle, but even that's not optimal because this the shaft comes out pretty easy with any like movement there, so you're gonna be there with a lot of play on your hands. But when I saw this, I thought it was pretty interesting. I wanted to figure out, I wanted to see what made this tick. So it has one pin here that one of them has splines on them, and the other one I think is just flat. So I just punched in the side that was flat. Let me get a little punch and try to knock that in. Okay, it's gonna need probably need a little bit more. There it goes. Okay. So like I said, there's just this one pin here, and one side is splined, and the other one's just flat. And you just remove the section here that was holding the blades, and if you want, you can push that all the way up and out, and there's like a spring here that kind of holds it against the sides, I guess, a little bit better. There, keeps it from sliding too much. When it's when you pull it down, it keeps it from, I guess, sliding back up real easy. It gives it some friction. So there's that. And if you want to go even further, you can unscrew this and take the blades off. Here at the tip. Here's the housing. Has flat sides for the flat sides here of the screwdriver to keep it from spinning freely. Okay, here's the mechanism, and here you probably need a little hammer. And hit the grip off. It's just a cap, has like these little splines here on the top, and they go into like little indents in the plastic. And here we see on the top of the cap we have a little snap ring. I'm trying to do it without getting a snap ring pliers, but I think I'm gonna have to get a snap ring pliers. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. There's a pretty tiny snap ring, so you're gonna have to get the snap ring plier with the little tiny prongs. And there we go. Here's the little snap ring. Okay, and now we can take the ratcheting part off. And those are the little ratchet positions. Like I said, there's only 6 positions there. And here is the ratchet switch. It's spring loaded. To take it out, I would have to unpin this little switch here that goes switches what side, from right to left, what are you going to use. But this mechanism, this is how it ratchets. It has like a ramp there, and whatever side you select, it switches to the other side, and that's the side it ratchets on. And it also has the middle position, so when it's straight up like that, you can just use it as a regular screwdriver and there's no ratcheting. And I'll demonstrate. See, there's no ratcheting when it's up and down. When you pull it down to one side, then you can ratchet this way, and when you go up to the other side, then you can ratchet that way. So that's how this mechanism does its ratcheting. And I'm assuming this is spring loaded, so there's a spring underneath the switch here that keeps it down in a down position. So to put this back together, you get the ratchet part, you stick the pin for the ratchet part back on, you get your little snap ring, I don't know why I keep wanting to do this with my fingers. You get your little snap ring pliers. And you get the ring on top there. Now you get your blades section, and you put it in, but you put it in the round part, not this part. So you're gonna put it in the round part. Alright. Alright, so make sure that the flat parts on the tube here are against the flat parts here of the blades. Okay, that's how that works. And now you take your mechanism, and you see this hole here on the mechanism has to go into this hole here, and make sure they line up. And you take your pin, and you knock it in. I'm not gonna knock it in all the way. I'm gonna just leave it like that for now. But yeah, you make sure it goes in, and it goes in flat, and now you take your cap and try to get the splines to line up with the dents in the cap, and you just press it down, and there you go. Now you're back in business. Like I said, more of a novelty than anything else. Not the greatest implement, but pretty interesting. I've seen a lot of these around, and I've always wondered what was this mechanism all about. So there you go. And in case you guys are into patents, it has patent number 2662568. Okay guys, until next time.